Personal story segment tonight, the Oklahoma beheading incident. Tomorrow, 30-year-old Alton Nolan will be charged with murder and a variety of other crimes. Nolan is suspected of beheading 54-year-old Colleen Hufford and attacking another woman last Thursday after being fired from his job on a production line at a food processing plant. Nolan recently converted to Islam, and obviously people are worried about that connection, especially since Nolan gave the ISIS hand signal in a photo. But no matter what he does, the left wing in America will downplay it.
I would be remiss not to bring up the story out of Oklahoma. It is a story that I read as a workplace violence story. One of the women, her head is severed, but then this gets said at the conference. So let's just listen for a moment.
After conducting interviews with co-workers of Nolan, information was obtained that he recently started trying to convert some of his co-workers to the Muslim religion.
And then that's it. And now this is somehow about Islam.
Of course it's about Islam. The guy is most likely a copycat killer. Joining us now from Washington, Mary Catherine Ham and Juan Williams, both are Fox News analysts. You know, it gets to the point, Juan, where it's almost a caricature. Is nothing else you can say, or am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. I mean, look, you can't call every abhorrent act done by somebody who's, you know, converted to Islam or so, you know, you can't say, oh, all of it's terrorism. I mean, some of it is done by people who are, this guy has a criminal history, coke possession, assault on a police officer, a bad personnel record. He had some problems. But to ignore the idea that he recently converted to Islam, to ignore the fact that in an era, or, you know, last month or two where we've had these beheadings, that he then kill somebody by beheading them, that's a very specific act, and then say, oh, it has nothing to do with Islam? Gee whiz, I think he's a copycat, as you said, Bill, but I think that people who just don't want to see that connection are kind of ignoring what's staring them in the face.
She's not ignoring it. She's flat out deriding anyone who would make the connection.
Well, she's calling us all, she's suggesting we're all bigots for saying it, but the reality, religious bigots, but that's not the fact. The fact is you're seeing a clear pattern.
All right, Mary Catherine, when you hear this lunacy, and you know, this is a person who's on a national television program, when you hear this, what goes through your mind?
Look, it's willful blindness. It doesn't have to be all about Islam, but this is part of the equation. It's what the FBI is investigating. It was a fact at issue at the press conference. And the fact is, there can be a whole discussion between run-of-the-mill tragic workplace violence and terrorism that's specifically linked to Al-Qaeda or something. In the middle, there's lone wolves who are inspired by people. We'd like to know who they were inspired by. And this is, we should note, America's first workplace beheading, which seems to have quite a lot of weight. And it tends to be one strain of religious extremists who's interested in it.
To top it all off, the alleged murderer gives the ISIS hand signal.
Well,
and this
I don't know about that.
Juan just said he doesn't know about that. It's captured.
No, I know about it, but I don't see that that's some huge signal. We're not sure what that guy was doing.
It's a connector. It's a connector.
Okay, I said you, but look, he had a tattoo for Jesus on his arm. He had another Muslim tattoo. What I'm saying to you is that Mary Catherine has made the point. The FBI said this is workplace violence. They're not sure of the motive.
Obviously,
nobody's rushing to any conclusion here.
It's a
but
copycat.
To ignore the reality is what that woman did on that other channel. She is trying to avoid what's obvious because it doesn't fit her ideological thinking.
Well, here's the thing. The same people, Bill, on the same channel are perfectly comfortable jumping to conclusions about, say, the marathon bombing because of nothing more than the date, which was, you'll remember, was April 15th. And so they decided that that was Patriots Day, it was tax day, it had something to do with right-wing violence, and they were perfectly comfortable assigning that kind of violence. They're just not comfortable with assigning it in a way that doesn't confirm their narrative.
No, enough of these insane people. All right, what about the Hume discussion, where I said that things are changing in America right now quickly, and the president is losing credibility in the sense that he can defend the nation. Do you think that's true, Mary Catherine?
Look, I think I would add something to your talking points, something that really has hit close to home quite literally for the president, which is we got this news today, I think, from the Washington Post, breaking these various Secret Service stories about how the guy who ran across the lawn got into the White House and beyond the main entrance. So you're looking at just the most concentrated and sort of arguably most
protected, well protected,
right, protective
and
area, and they can't even concentrate on that successfully. That gives me pause.
That's just an incompetency, if it's true, on the part of certain agents.
Right, but how widespread is that incompetency?
But Juan, the American people are starting to say to themselves, and the polls prove this, we don't believe the commander-in-chief is tough enough to defend us. Last word, Juan, 30 seconds.
No, I don't think that's real. I think what people are saying is, I think I saw a poll like this today, Bill. They say he's a dove, and I think he is a dove. I don't think he wants to go to war. I think that he predicated his whole political career on getting us out of war. But look, we've had no major terrorist accidents or acts in this country while he's been president. In fact, we've increased the troop presence in Afghanistan.
Workplace violence.
Yeah, and we are. I think we're safer in many ways. He's dedicated to that. I think that's very clear. So that's not fair to say about him.
He can be dedicated to it and also not be good at it.
Plenty more added as a factor moves along.